Welcome to this Q&A. This is a short sort of question and answer session as concerns a film that we did for a client of ours that opened up a conference that we also put together for them. We asked a few people, look, were there any questions that you had or what came to mind when you saw it? This one came from Mohammed. How did the initial idea come about, as we've never seen anything like this for a meeting?
It was an interesting subject in a great place in northern Sweden, but the interesting thing was that we were always mindful that there was a business message that we needed to get over, but we didn't want to spoon feed people with it. We just wanted to demonstrate it in a very visual and dramatic way, so that at the end of it, it all made sense from a business point of view.
I think the initial idea, the allegory, held up well between the complexities of driving in difficult conditions and preparing yourself for that, and the same for business, and that ideally you open yourself up to these kind of new ways of thinking. This is from the lab's head of AV, the awesomely titled Biggie Dave, Biggie. Looks proper cold, bruv. How was it in the snow and ice?
Gloves are for tourists.
Gloves are for tourists. When I'd been operating the drone for about 15 minutes, and one of the guys from the ice rally team came outside and said, how long have you been doing that? And I went, about 15 minutes. He said, you need to come inside or you may well lose a finger. And I laughed. And he said, try and move your hands on the remote control. And I couldn't. And to be fair, despite the fact that our Volvo, which was actually like a new one, XC90, lovely, big sort of touchscreen and all the rest of it, it suffered the minus 27 degrees and the back left door refused to close. So we had to gaffer tape it up, the back door, for like 3 days because it just wouldn't close. This is our third question. How big was the crew for the shoot? And that's Anna.
Well, Cass was out there as the overall producer and the driver and occasional drone pilot under strict direction. Nakani, aka Death Wish, which was given to a name given to her by one of the American drivers of the car he was on. He was out there doing the Tux Hill Porsche course.
I'll do it for you. Who's that guy? She had a hat on, so couldn't tell that it was a woman. Who's that guy on the racing line? Looks like he's got a death wish. Hello. That name's gonna stick.
It was she was fearless. I was operating the Canon C200, which also has focus tracking, which was great because as the Porsche sort of weaved their way towards you, they stayed in focus, which was handy for Yorkshire Dave, who was the editor. And due to our ridiculously tight schedule, he came out and started the edit whilst we're actually on the ice. So we brought out a guy called Kim, who specialises in doing behind the scenes, working on his iPhone. But he's a specialist working on his iPhone, so Cass thought it was a good idea to give him a camera he's never used before and a laptop and tell him to make it all in Premiere. So it was a learning curve for him, but what that also did was he gave us some great shots which we ended up using in the actual film.
So let's have a look. Did you get to have a go? It looks amazing, by the awesomely named Chuck. Thank you, Chuck. It's a great question.
According to my Instagram stories and Instagram account, I did have a go. No, we didn't get to have a go. However, we did find time to photograph ourselves
Insta-battle
in the car, and then I called up Dave, who was working from our apartment, and got him to send me a 15-second clip out of one of the car that looked like the car I was just photographed in, so I could put it online to make it look like I'd just been for a drive. It was a total waste of time.
This is our final question. The driver of the car looks quite handsome. How on earth did you manage that? And that's from Dominique. Thank you, Dominique. I think the driver of the car is quite handsome, and only because he's one of my longest standing clients. So I think it's probably in all our benefits for me to say that. I think what is annoying is that I think he's a good driver anyway.
He was good. I went around with him. I had to film him, and he was very comfortable, and we were going pretty quickly, and he was very competent.
He had the skills, but because he was willing to listen to someone who clearly knew more than he did, he became demonstrably better at what it was he was trying to achieve. And that, I think, that's our core message. That was really our pitch from the beginning. So anyway, here's the film.
If you don't make mistakes as you learn, then you're not trying hard enough. And if you're not willing to learn, no one can help you. But if you are determined to learn, then no one can stop you. When you stay in your comfort zone, you will not make progress, you will not get any better. You have to push yourself once in a while to learn new things and to get to your limits.